Top going on, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to or should I say, welcome back to What If Deku Became a Planet. So, in part one, I kinda because I shared these two links with in that and in that video because the both of them. Imagine you just imagine those theme song things, like those moments, or not moments, but those songs of those YouTube short stories in these epic parts. Reason why I'm not adding them into this what if, because of copyrights and stuff. So yeah. So where we left off, Zuko was, or actually, the bunch of military guys just grabbed bunch of buildings, put them on a plate in the middle of the ocean, open waters, and they released the galaxy killer missile or nuke that is very, very powerful. It destroys the entire solar system, or entire galaxies after, yeah. So, yeah. And don't ask me how they advance more than real life people are. Don't ask. So, yeah. So they used it on Zuko Midoriya. So, after he was eating buildings, he grew a little bit taller and looks over, or he turns around, sees that coming. As he, instead of panicking, runs away, he straight up ate that. And and yeah, he ate it, or he ate then, and the explosion, just you know how in the Mask TV show, or not TV show, I meant movie, the one that the guy eats a 110-pound TNT thing, or he basically ate a bomb, and his stomach does that big explosion, boom. Well, before Zuko, it did the same thing. As he says, that was scrumptious. As everyone was everybody was scared out of their minds. Because they could not believe that someone with a planet size could handle it really well. As he was eating, so he was kind of thirsty. But then but he doesn't need the ocean water, so he's just alright. And so he walks over to those big water towers things, or water towers. There was one close by that is bigger than any normal water tower. The yeah, and he walks over and he grabs um he unplugs the bottom part. He did put his or he did pick up the entire thing and put his finger underneath until he yeah, because to him it was like a him holding like a wine glass thing, wine cup thing. Yeah, and he has like he puts his finger underneath, and because his powers all revolves around because he is a planet, so the gravitational stuff of the then water is just stayed in there, and so he drinks it, and they could not believe as he becomes. So now he became a full-size planet, literal full size, as he goes away. As he eats like other planets. And it's. But they didn't know that. Because normal, like, people that are. Or normal planets. And it's have, like, one could control the entire personality thing. Well, Zuko actually has two personalities. The main one, that is a planet, and the inner one, basically inside of his head. So when he became the he became more than just a average human. So yeah, so he was gone for a pretty long time. So a time skip. So Momo really there was two things. 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 So there was Momo. Oh, on one hand, there's Momo wanted to be with Zuko thing. Yeah. And but when she saw what Zuko was, a planet, then and she says, I really as she looks away, or no, she tells Jiro that she actually had a giant crush on Zuko before, and now she has like more crush on him. And Ochako was kind of embarrassed to say it, but she also loves him too. And so she walks up, or so it was, they were 7 years old. And when they were walking back home, Ochako tells Momo that he, I know that what you said about you have a like bigger crush on Zuko because before, but the I actually do have the same thing. Maybe when after he gets back, and then maybe we both should go up there and tell him that how much we love him so much. So, as Momo who thinks in, in at first thought was, her first thought was the he sure. Or she actually says, sure. We'll both date him at the same time. So then, so a time skip to 15, and yeah, so Zumi gets one for all. And yeah. So then he, after that, and so I am not going to go over the main part, so I'm going to skip all the way to the All for One versus All Might. But during all that time, Zuko ate planet after planet. So, yeah. He was big. He was massive. And it was another galaxy away. So, yeah. When he came back, it took him 4 seconds. Yeah. Because he wasn't just a normal person. Or he wasn't a normal planet. So, yeah. So then he looks over. He looks around. And yeah. Sorry. Scrolling with. So yeah. So that's why. So then All Might versus All for One, as they didn't acknowledge that Zuko has arrived. So then All for One says, alright, it's time for you to die. And that's what All for One said to All Might. And when, as a giant-sized voice, or giant voice comes out of nowhere, no one or dies. As a voice comes out like bellowing, like a dark. As they all looked up and they see that same Zuko, whom, as a planet-sized Zuko, was leaning over them. But he used his gravity powers to bring All for One up to him. As And of course, All for One landed on Zuku's head. And Zuku's number two personality says, "You were trying to hurt my friend?" The So then, yeah, Zuko ends up walking walking over and yeah. All for One is like, "You're a human." No, I'm number two personality of Zuko Midoriya's. Think about me as his twin brother. So that's what Zuko number two personality said. Now it's time for you to die. As Zuko, who number one, brings All for One down to the floor. And Zuko number two pulls out the katana as he cuts All for One into bacon bits. And yeah. So the blood, or first, the katana had a special power that took quirks or other abilities away. So then, yeah. So he grabs he did take the quirk of Wild Cat Yellow, oh, and puts it in a little pebble, like a pill ball, or a little pill shaped container that you could actually eat. So, first of all, yeah. As he says, go down, hey? Okay. Hey. As he jumps down and lands like a superhero landing. As everyone, I mean everyone, can't even believe him. No one could even imagine. As Zuko was pretty strong, as he walks over, number two, he had a katana. As everybody's like, "Oh boy, who is this guy?" As he walks over, as she swallows the pill thing, because Zuko gave her the pill, as her quirk came back to her. And yeah. So then, for that question, as he says, "I'm Zuko number two." Oh. His second personality. Number one's up there. As Zuko was basically, as they're like, so, as Momo walks over, so, like, after that, Zuko did stick around, and yeah. He did Zuko number two was, so Momo, I'm trying to talk normally, So Momo comes in and Ochako and tells Zuko, the number two, that then they had a crush on him, and the yeah. So then yeah. So Chaco ends up saying that to Zuko, and because so Ochako or so Zuko says, we're both they hate or all so they basically yeah. So basically Zuko was telling the and sorry for the background noise. They're trying to like be obnoxious. So yeah. So now the basically yeah. So Zuko tells Ochako and Momo that he's him and number one, or Zuko would rather date both of them because there's two different Zukus, the planet one and then the human one. So yeah, and actually there was this yeah. So when Zuko after he got and so yeah, time skip. I'm skipping over the overhaul fight because yeah, I want to see the what would happen. So yeah, the basically Zuko is pretty powerful, but then the him yeah. So, but he sticks around. So time skip to 18 or 20. So basically, because they didn't have money to like to go to like have their own wedding, like they didn't even have a place to go to. Izuku looks up. And Zuko, whom both Zukus know. So the as he's how about all of us there because you just need don't worry about any money or anything like that. Just bring food and that's it. Because up there to your number one or to your planet, yeah. Because they already have everything, or we both have this everything set up. Okay. So then they go set up and they have their wedding up there on top of Zuku's head. And yeah. So then they have a house on top of his head too. He does So, he's just flying around in the around the Earth thing. He can live with them, and they just need a spacesuit. That's it. And so yeah, the basically all that stuff. So they did have kids, and they became their own planets. Then something truly happened. When they basically became planets, so Zuko and the kids became like their own galaxy, their own separate galaxy. So, yeah. Zuko was pretty happy about him having his own galaxy. Or being a galaxy. So, yeah. So his sister, or not, yeah. So his sister goes, checks on him because he actually created a portal between his world and the Earth. So they could just easily go back and forth instead of having to constantly using Zuko's powers. So as he's like happy about it, he's like, heck yeah. So, yeah. So now, please leave a like, share, subscribe. And I hope this video was helpful. And please let me know in the comments below. I also did notice when I was looking through like the old or these photos, but then I realized why is Mr. Zombie or like from that online comics. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, is there's a comic that a person was bitten 100 years ago, or 1 million years ago, and he became like a zombie lord and become all that fancy stuff. But then, yeah. So, please leave a like, share, subscribe. Peace.